tried a product out recently by a company called PRUVIT, who are American based. And some people might know it already if you're listening to me now, but it's Keto OS. Now, we tried it for one particular reason, for diet purposes only. But this product is not just available for diet purposes, it's available for general health and well-being. I'm here to interview Colette Evans, Pitch Perfect, and amateur, natural, tested women's bodybuilder. She's the champion of last year and she'll be competing again this year. I'm interviewing her because I'm a coach, basically, and we've done a few alterations this year. We did it as an experiment, but we also did it as a little bit of a necessity as well. No mistakes made, very intentional, right? But we changed the way that she dieted this year. And I want to ask her personally, I do get feedback from her all the time, but I want to ask her personally, not just thoughts and opinions, but actually physically how she is functioning and how she's operating on this new diet. Now, a lot of people out there have heard of ketosis. They've heard of a ketogenic diet and a keto diet. This is not a standard keto diet. I decided that we would try a product out called Keto OS, which comes from a company called PRUVIT, and they're from America. They've scientifically developed this product over the last 10 years, which is basically, in a nutshell, a single chain fermented keto, which puts you in full ketosis within 1 hour and keeps you there with all the benefits of ketosis, which is improved strength, improved mitochondrial function, which is energy output, nitrogen retention, which is anti-catabolic, anti-inflammatory, a number of other things. The list goes on. It is mind-blowing, right? But I'm not here to tell you all about the product. I'm here to ask Colette these questions, right? So last year, right, you dieted on a standard carb reduction diet. It was a calorie reduction diet, right? And this year, you have been dieting on a calorie reduction diet. And we changed that more recently to the Keto S style diet, right? What's the difference? Tell the viewers now what the difference is in the diet in your own words.
Good to say that I've been on this now. I did a 21-day sort of run. I came off the keto products for 2 days, and then I've just gone back onto it. So I've just done another week and a half on them. So the difference, I think, just from like coming off them and going back on them, I felt really hungover when I was having carbs. So I had a carb up day, didn't I? And I had a low carb day, so 120 gram of carbs, quite low, and a carb up day of 340 gram of carbs.
Yeah.
Came off them, back onto the ketos and into ketogenesis basically, and I felt really hungover and like brain fogged, like low mood. So I think the biggest thing in terms of using the products and doing this sort of route as opposed to last year is my mood basically is better most of the time.
We have to get one thing clear, right? That the way you felt hungover is not as a result of the ketones. The way you felt hungover is as a result of coming off the ketones, going back onto standard, because we wanted a difference, a basis for comparison. So we thought 48 hours, a 48-hour window, we'll put some strong carbs in there, we'll carb her up, because on the Keto OS products, you not function on carbohydrate. There's only about 30 grams of carbohydrates going in, but you've got very high protein and you've got high fats.
But it's not, make clear, it's not from actual starch carbs, it's from vegetables.
Yes, there is 0 starches. There's no starches whatsoever. They're all fibrous carbs. That's it. So they're very, very, very slow release, right? So what we did this product, by the way, I'm not here to sell you the product at all, so don't think there's any selling in this, so you can do your own research on that. But I'm here to tell you that the main reason we tried the product is we wanted to have a look, because I debunk a lot of things, right? And we have to try things out for ourselves. I try things out. I wanted Colette to try these things out for herself. So what we wanted to do is see the difference between being on carbohydrates and been on the Keto OS, which is running on the ketones, and the ketones feed you rather than the carbohydrates. It's a more efficient system. So basically is that ketones produce more ATP per unit of oxygen than glucose. I want to put that to the test. What does that mean in layman's terms? It means increased strength. It means increased energy output. It means increased focus, right?
That's one thing I would say is that I'd never done keto before, and I was expecting to sort of fade away in the gym. My strength to really go, but I'm actually hitting PBs now. So,
PBs.
Yeah.
Personal best.
Personal best. So I'm getting stronger, which obviously maintains muscle mass or increases muscle mass. And I think even Joe trains me is surprised that I'm still able to be quite strong.
Yes.
And the only one thing I would say is that affects it is if I'm tired and I go overtired. Okay. That affects it. But
because you don't have a CP startup system anymore, so there's nothing to kick you back up there. Yeah. You're into the ATP, which is a slower system.
So it's really now about managing my energy levels, and I think the difference between from last year to this year's prep is looking at managing my sort of the balance of doing the work and also my body going into stress and how tired I am. And I will put in the work, that, but managing how tired I am versus do I need to do that or can I do it another time?
Compared to
and
last year.
And making sure I'm optimal basically for my training sessions and functioning. But in terms of functioning, since going on keto, I've been better clarity. I had really bad brain fog last year. I always felt constantly like I got heavy eyes and just horrible. And I was in a bad mood. A lot better this year. Irritability has only just started creeping in about 8 weeks out, so that's not bad.
Compared to last year then, has it been easier, the same, or more difficult? It sounds like it's been, not putting words in your mouth, but it sounds like it's been easier.
It has been easier. I started to put the work in. I've not been dropping scale weight as fast, but I'm looking better and better all the time, unless I don't get my sleep.
But that's pretty much the same anyway. If you don't get your sleep, you don't get recovery, stress, cortisol response, etc., etc., and that still affects you. But all we're doing is we're looking at a different energy source here. We're looking at what the human body is capable of and a different energy source. So the most interesting thing is that as Skelet's coach, I have observed that the weight isn't coming down like fast on the scales, but the mirror and the tape measure are telling us completely different. The mirror is really showing some massive improvements every morning. Vascularity, improved definition, lots of different things. And the tape is measuring like centimeters of loss across a week. So the thing about it is if anybody does this and you do expect a massive weight drop, your average person who's doing it for a weight loss, well, that's fine, that's okay. But expect when you carb back up again, everybody knows this, and your glycogen replenish, that you're going to pull in. It depends. If you're a bodybuilder, we're expecting quite a lot of fullness for Colette when she actually carbs back up again. I'm not sure how much weight. I'm not going to speculate on that, but we're expecting like 2, 3, 4 times the muscle fullness, the muscle volumizing. We are expecting that because she's at her smallest and her flattest now as a bodybuilder. So we're expecting her to really fill out, really volumize.
Obviously, I depleted for 21 days. Put the 340 gram of carbs in. Would you say about a third at way full, if that?
No, not a third. About 25%. About 25%. And the difference, your own opinion on the difference, and I'll tell you what I saw.
Yeah, I just look loads better. I was starting to get lines in my shoulders and stuff, abs popping, just everything looked tighter. And last year I didn't actually get the feeling of my skin being stretched across the muscle in my torso and my abs. But this year, in the last week, it's been pretty much like that most of the time, unless I don't get my sleep.
Yeah.
So that's one big thing about this. We always manage that stress cortisol response.
Yeah, we do. We do. What we are expecting, and we'll have to see, we'll document this whether we do or not. But when a body fat gets right down, we're expecting loose skin. But this will fill out, obviously, so we'll put the glycogen back in and we pull a little bit of water back in as well. So we're not looking for an absolutely peeled look for her, but we are looking for a very, very dry look, a very strong definition. So we're going to take her right down before we come back up again, which we can do. She's a natural bodybuilder. She's got nothing aiding her at all, but we can do this with the keto, and it's such a product that it's anti-catabolic, and up to yet, and we've tracked this, by the way, haven't we? We took you for a DEXA scan, right? So a DEXA scan is something else. If you want to know what it is, we could tell you later, but we're not going to tell you now. Yeah.
So I think the other thing, what I've noticed is my skin has improved massively.
Okay.
And when I came off the keto for 2 days and went back onto carbs, I got really bad, like, hormonal sort of lumps around the jawline, which were happening a lot last year.
This happened to you a lot last year, because last time when you dieted, you round your jawline and across your chin and in different places around your face, you did get skin disruption, didn't you?
Yeah.
Have you had any this time at the same place?
Only when I went back on to carbs for the 2 days, and then nothing. My
Which
skin
is quite interesting.
The best it's ever been, I think.
Okay, right. So unaffected by hormonal fluctuation.
And I would also say that the comparison from last year to this year is, even though I'm going to bed hungry, like stomach rumbling hungry, like really, really bad, I don't really generally wake up in the night hungry, whereas last year I waking up 2-3 times a night at this stage at 8 weeks out. So yeah. Just
to throw a little spanner in the works, right? We seem to be bigging this product up, and I'm not here to big this product up. I am actually here to do some discovery and to debunk stuff, because as you follow us over the weeks, you'll see that that's what we're really here to do. We're here to debunk all the bro science and all the rubbish that's out there, and we're here to make sure that you get the actual facts on things. So let's have a look at things, right? Is there anything that you can say that is bad about this product, or not necessarily bad, but like anything that you don't like about it? What about the taste of it? What about the using it? Or what about the diet in itself? Are you missing the carbs? Anything like that?
I'm not missing the carbs. I thought having that 2 days were on carbs, I had every type of carb going on that carb up day. And I thought, oh, I can't wait for pro oats. That's just like the main thing. I love protein oats. But I just really weren't that bothered, and I just thought, you know what, I could leave this now. But I think the satiety thing, yes, I'm hungry, obviously. I'm in a massive calorie deficit, around 800-900 calories a day minimum on a daily. And it's not even like get a refeed, really, is it? Normally, like, very rarely. I've had like one off-plan meal in the last like 24 weeks. So I'm not getting any cravings at all. That's one thing. Obviously I've been on a prep for so long, I don't really know what it is to eat something else. So yeah, no cravings, and no dips in my energy levels. My energy is pretty consistent, but I think because I'm keeping myself stable with small amounts of food often, obviously that's important. But also it's high fat, so my protein's a little bit higher than it should be for my body weight. Yeah. But I'm on high fat, and they're all good fats as well, and lots of eggs. I do find the eggs makes a big difference.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of very, very strong evidence as well for eggs with women's bodybuilding, with dieting for women, helping the leptin and ghrelin levels and other things, etc. So it is actually really beneficial to keep the eggs in it, to keep the yolks in as well. So this is really favouring women, because it's balancing. When I say balancing the hormones, right, I don't mean sending the estrogen up or anything like that. I mean, women have a level of testosterone, right, albeit very low, but they have a testosterone to progesterone estrogen balance. And if you can keep that maintained in diet, and what you tend to find is that on standard calorie reduction, carb reduction diets, it tends to mess with this, it tends to interfere with this. And obviously as body fat gets low, other things like period stop, etc.
Well, that was just one thing I was just going to mention basically. They stopped around sort of June time last year. I competed first in September. Now they've only just stopped from competing in 8 weeks. So, but I know after we reverse dieted out of the shows in November last year, we got them back within 6 weeks, which is pretty good. So they've been absent for so long. But yeah, you asked me about any negatives. The flavours are okay in terms of the product itself. They're okay. I'm not a huge fan. They're just okay. But I do think your taste buds change quite a lot when you're in keto. That's the one thing I noticed at first. I do like the keto creme. I look forward to that in the afternoon. That in a coffee.
Tell the viewers, what is the keto creme?
It's like a creamer almost, because I'm not having milk in my coffee. I'm not having no dairy, obviously. So,
neither am I.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you can go on keto. People go, "Oh, is that why you have loads of like cheese and loads of like cream?" And no, we're not having none of that, because that's gives you inflammation in the body. So as a bodybuilder, I'd avoid the dairy. But the keto creme product from PRUVIT is very nice, and it's just like a sweetener basically. It's like a creamer. So I had that in the afternoon just to make sure I'm still in ketosis. So I have half a sachet in the morning of the keto OS, and then half in the afternoon. In terms of any negatives of being on keto in general, there is one. I would say that I can't contract my muscle. But I think that's generally with low carb anyway. So when I'm training, I find it hard to contract the muscle, which is quite frustrating at first. So I'm looking forward to being pumped again, basically, when I go back onto carbs in 6 weeks' time.
The inability to, obviously, if you're on reduced carbs, you burn your carbs out quite quick. But you're still using an ATP system through your Krebs cycle, but you're missing out on what they call the CP system. So you don't have the initial system to kick off with the carbohydrates. You don't have the initial glycogen to fire up straight away, right? So basically, that is one of the things about being on this. But for the muscular endurance, I have done a few sessions with Colette training, and the muscular endurance is epic. It really is epic. We've trained legs together. Okay, so we train legs together. So she's in a dieting phase. I'm very mindful of this. I wouldn't push her beyond what she can do. But when she's increasing weight on the legs, every session we do legs, she's increasing 40 to 60 kilos, and she's pressing them out easy.
Yeah, but I would say the one thing is that obviously I can't contract the muscle, but also when I failed, that's it, gone. So what I'm working on now with Joe in training is for the next training block, which has worked out quite nicely, a 6-week block, which will then take me to my deload week for my show. It's worked out perfectly, basically. We're going to do sort of to failure, sort of like 10-15 reps, pause, try and knock 5 more out, pause, try and knock 5 more out with him good. If he needs to help me.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Just do some force reps or something, but I'm still basically getting the volume, but still trying to lift as heavy as possible.
Yeah.
And because I'm in keto and I've not got that glycogen store to really push and and I've not got the aggression either. You are a little bit more placid on keto. Which can be good when you're at work in the day. I am less irritable, like I said, getting there, but it is good for that. However, in training, you need that bit of aggression. Like any amount of pre-workout ain't going to push you through any extra reps. So we're just going on the fact that we're going to do a pause and then 5 more, pause, 5 more, whatever I can get out. That's the sort of plan anyway.
One of the things I forgot to announce as I were introducing this item is one of the reasons why I suggested this product. I'd done a little bit of research, and the Olympian bodybuilder Tony Freeman, who was a regular Olympia competitor throughout the 90s and in the early 2000s, epic physique, absolutely epic physique, known for being in condition, and he collaborated with PRUVIT products to actually create the single chain fermented ketone, and he wasn't actually pushing the product at all. PRUVIT approached him and asked him if he would try it out, so he tried it out, and it was the year he attained his best condition for the Olympia. He was absolutely peeled in that. Around 270 pounds and absolutely peeled. So no small guy here, and when you're a large guy, it really does take a lot to get that condition, but it was the best condition that he'd actually ever hit. Now that made me think, so if he can do this and he's a bodybuilder, then it would work really good for Colette. But I'm not into fads and weight loss products. It's not that I'm going to say I don't believe in them. It's just that I don't support them, and I don't think as a product, if you're relying on a quick fix, then it's an easy come, easy go. I think that there's only one thing that gets you the success that you want, and that's hard work. And it takes some time to build something, but it definitely stays. What do you say?
I'd say it's an aid. You just have to put the work in like anything else.
Yeah.
It's an aid to give you an advantage.
Yeah. Would you use it again?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah. And we started off, I'll see what the results are, but my legs are coming a lot faster this year, I'd say.
Everything is, actually, from my point of view.
So we'll see. But I'd use it because it puts you into ketosis within an hour. I would have keto days or 2 days or weeks, come out of it and go back into it if I just need to drop a bit of weight or just maintain weight. I'd use it as a maintenance as well. And we did do that initially, didn't we? We tested me on this system for 3 weeks for a day.
The product itself isn't cheap. So it isn't cheap, but it is actually very good. And as Colette says, if I were going to recommend it for anybody, I would recommend usage of it because it's good. It's a good all-round product, but I wouldn't recommend that you stay on this product all year round because it's not a dieting aid, a slimming aid, whatever you want to call it. It is not that. It will assist you in fat loss, and it will assist you very well in fat loss. And as Colette says, it's an aid. It is a resource that is available to us. So why not use every resource that is available to you? I mean, we're working with tested bodybuilding. So basically, we can't use any other chemical or anything else. Nothing. Even when you go down to the nitty gritty, we can't even use the tiny things. But this thing isn't banned. It isn't outlawed. So we can actually use this product because it's working with your body's natural systems, but it's just helping you get there. So I just think it's a win-win, but I just wanted to bring this and bring it from the horse's mouth as well, and take it straight to your ears, as it were, so that you can hear it from us about this product. We've just done an interview with a client of mine. This product is the benefits of it, right? It's anti-catabolic. Now, when you're dieting, that is really good. It's excellent. It means you can't lose muscle, right? So if you hang on to your muscle, you've got increased BMR, which means you're making that muscle work for you. You're not doing any work and that muscle is burning fat for you. So, hey, happy birthday to me, right? Brilliant. It's anti-inflammatory. It reduces inflammation. When you train, inflammation levels go up all around your body. This reduces inflammation. So that's number 2, right? It stabilizes blood sugar, which is a good thing. It basically reduces cravings and gives you increased satiety. So that's it. Don't have to add anything to that, right? You get other qualities like improved skin, hair, nails, etc. Your skin, hair, and nails are all parts of your body that are unsure to other people. So basically, if you're increasing the quality of your skin, hair and nails, etc., you're going to look better, you're going to feel better. Boosts immune function. So that's great. Your immune system needs boosting. Okay, it needs to be optimal all the time. Boosts cell function as well. Okay. So I've just hit you with a few of the positives coming from where we are as people who work out and people who train. But even if you're somebody who doesn't work out, who doesn't train, you're going to get the benefits in all the other areas as well. My client has used this product and I have seen this benefit in her in all these things that I've just mentioned. I have seen all these benefits in her and this overall benefit in her. So I can see this product in itself is actually a good product. And I would give it out of 5. I think I would give it, all things considered, I would actually give it genuinely a 5 out of 5. Okay, so it's a thumbs up from me.